Hello everyone! Welcome back to another watercolor tutorial. Today we're going to talk about one of the easiest and most useful ways to transfer a sketch onto watercolor paper. Drawing directly by hand. So basically, in this method, you draw straight onto your final watercolor paper using a very light pencil, usually an HB or H pencil, so your sketch stays soft and clean under the watercolor paint. And honestly, this method gives your artwork a much more natural and alive feeling. It's perfect for artists who enjoy sketching freely and making little changes while they draw. Just remember a few important things. Keep your pencil pressure super light, avoid too much erasing, and always start with simple, basic shapes before adding details. It may take a little practice at first, but over time, it really improves your drawing confidence and sketching skills. All right, let's move on to the next method. Now let's talk about using carbon or graphite paper. In this method, the graphite paper is placed between the sketch and the watercolor paper. Then the main lines are traced to transfer the drawing quickly and accurately. This technique is clean, beginner-friendly, and perfect for detailed drawings. Just remember to use light pressure to avoid damaging the paper. Now let's talk about another simple and budget-friendly transfer method, the pencil rubbing technique. In this method, you cover the backside of your sketch paper with a soft pencil, usually a B pencil, until the surface becomes fully shaded with graphite. Then place the sketch onto your watercolor paper and gently trace over the main lines from the front side. As you trace, the graphite transfers the drawing onto the paper underneath. This method is super useful because you don't need any special tools, and it works really well for beginners. It's easy, affordable, and surprisingly effective. Now let's move on to one of the cleanest and easiest transfer methods, using a lightbox or even a window. In this method, you place your sketch underneath the watercolor paper and use light from behind to make the lines visible for tracing. A lot of watercolor artists love this technique because it keeps the paper clean, avoids heavy pressure marks, and helps preserve the smooth paper texture. And honestly, if you don't have a lightbox, a sunny window works surprisingly well too. Now let's talk about the grid method. In this technique, both the reference image and the watercolor paper are divided into small squares, helping artists transfer the drawing more accurately piece by piece. This method is especially useful for portraits, detailed artwork, and large-scale paintings, although it can take a little more time and patience. And those were some of the popular ways artists transfer sketches onto watercolor paper. Each method has its own advantages, so feel free to try different techniques and find the one that works best for your style and workflow. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next watercolor lesson.